This is the life story of Eleanor C. Hungar, who established a charitable fund within the Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley through a bequest from her estate. The Eleanor C. Hungar Scholarship Endowment Fund provides income for scholarships to local students entering the field of elementary education. This video was produced by the Community Foundation in 2016 to recognize and honor one of the Foundation's most generous benefactors. Even her failings lean to virtue's side. This description of Eleanor Hungar, which accompanied her senior class photo in 1924, perfectly portrayed the young woman who became one of the most beloved educators in the West Aurora schools. Eleanor was born in November 1905 to Emma and August Hungar, who were children of German immigrants. August was born in Kewanee, Illinois, in 1879, and Emma in Aurora in 1877. August was a carpenter, working for the Aurora Foundry Company, and later Love Brothers in Aurora. Eleanor was raised in the family home at 843 Garfield Avenue in Aurora, and lived there her entire life. Her sister Marie, who was born in 1907, lived in the Garfield home until her death in 1982. Eleanor and Marie attended the Galena Street School in Aurora prior to its expansion in 1913, and also after the school was enlarged and renamed in 1916 for former West Aurora Superintendent A.V. Greenman. They then attended West Aurora High School, when it was located on Blackhawk and Galena Street. Eleanor was a freshman in 1921. The EOS yearbook acknowledged the generosity of her class in raising money to support the starving children in Europe during the aftermath of World War I. During her first year, Eleanor was a member of the Freshman-Sophomore Girls Glee Club. She also participated in the music program the following year. Eleanor played center for the girls' basketball team during her second year at West High. As a junior, she was listed as a member of the Party Stunt and Junior High Y stunt clubs. Given her good-natured outlook on life, it is not surprising that she participated in the frivolity of these clubs. In her senior year, she was again a member of the Girls' Glee Club and also served on the Class Ring Committee. After graduation from West High, Eleanor attended Illinois State University at Normal, where she received her 2-year teaching certificate in 1926. She then studied at the Pestalozzi-Froebel Teachers College in Chicago, a progressive institution that focused on translating educational ideals into creative classroom procedures for kindergarten and the primary grades. In 1929, Eleanor began her teaching career in Westmont, Illinois, before returning to Aurora to teach kindergarten at the Mary A. Todd School for the 1931-1932 school year. She then joined the Freeman Elementary School staff where she taught kindergarten for 1 year and second grade for 36 years. She retired in 1970 after serving District 129 students for a remarkable total of 39 years. As an aside, her sister Marie also became an educator and commuted each day by train to teach at the high school affiliated with the Art Institute of Chicago. In the 1930s, Eleanor traveled extensively during the summer months. Her visits to Suriname, Jamaica, Cuba, and Trinidad gave her insights into other cultures that she shared with her students throughout her teaching career. Former students speak of Miss Hungar in superlatives. According to Neil Orman III, Eleanor was truly exceptional in so many ways. Her warm and gracious spirit consistently drew others to her. In this 1949 photo, Eleanor is holding toddler Nancy Ormond, who was always a welcome visitor to her brother Neil's second grade class. Another welcomed visitor to the classroom was Mary Ruth Roberts' Irish setter named Rex. In the mid-1930s, Rex often followed Mary Ruth to school. The indulgent and patient Miss Hungar invited Rex to sit by Mary Ruth's desk as long as he behaved. When the dog became restless, he was gently ushered to the door and soon found his way home. Throughout the years, Miss Hungar shared her own love for animals and nature through frequent class outings to nearby fields, forests, and farms, as well as making a place in her classroom for the pets who meant so much to her students' lives. Astonishingly, Eleanor's generous nature extended to her personal residence, which she opened to students who enjoyed playing checkers and other parlor games with her. John McKee remembers Miss Hungar's lessons about the variations of the shadows cast by the sun during the 4 seasons. Eleanor carefully traced each student's shadow 4 times a year as an interactive and meaningful way to teach the relationship between the earth and the sun. After all these years, her instruction remains vivid in the memory of her appreciative student. Nancy Smith Hopp, who maintained a friendship with Eleanor long after she was a student in her classroom, recalled her teacher's penchant for living life to its fullest. As an adult, Eleanor continued to make snow angels with friends and sent Christmas cards reflecting her love of nature's wonders. In spite of the passing years, Eleanor remained young, proving that everyone is the age of their heart. Nancy also remembers the book, Alexander's Christmas Eve, which Miss Hungar read to the class in December. Later, each child received a personalized Christmas ornament that reflected the illustrations in the book. The ornaments were lovingly crafted by Miss Hungar and were retained and displayed on family Christmas trees by many of her students long after receiving them. Another former student, David Hipp, has always considered Miss Hungar to be his most inspiring teacher. He firmly believes that Eleanor's strength was teaching students to teach themselves, and she did this by encouraging their love of the learning process. Hungar guided Dave and his classmates in constructing a plaster of Paris map of South America with mountains, plains, and rivers, all of which were color-coded to reflect the altitude. To Dave, this exercise was unforgettable because the contributions of each and every student were encouraged and valued by their teacher. To Dave, Eleanor Hungar exemplified quality teaching and its positive impact upon the lives of young children. Frances Voris Myers also has wonderful memories of Miss Hungar and the lessons learned by her side. She especially remembers the murals, which the students in Eleanor's class designed and drew. The mural projects were examples of additional interactive projects, which boosted the self-esteem of each participant. Gretchen Fletcher Reese recalls the special friendship her mother Gertrude shared with Eleanor. Gertrude lived at 934 West Downer Place, just through the block from Eleanor. Every day they walked together to grade school and high school. Both were 1924 graduates of West High, and both earned their 2-year teaching certificates from Illinois State University at Normal. Although they then took different paths, with Gertrude completing her education at Northwestern University and Eleanor at the Pestalozzi-Froebel Teachers College, they remained in close contact. For years, they shared their Christmas Eves together, as reflected in this photo of Eleanor, Gertrude, and their fellow 1924 West High graduate, Grace Hill Boyer. The bonds of friendship between Eleanor and Gertrude were as strong as family. Gertrude's daughter Gretchen recalls that it was Gertrude who encouraged Eleanor to remain in the teaching profession when her friend became discouraged. It was Gertrude who convinced one of the most talented and admired teachers in the history of the West Aurora schools to follow her destiny. This extraordinary friendship lasted for more than 70 years. In addition to being a teacher, Miss Hungar also was a writer and had several stories published. They were Totem and Thunderbird Bring Color to Primary Classes, Meet Mr. Whiskers, We Study Space, and Christmas and the Nutcracker Suite. She also wrote several articles for professional publications, earning the praise of Superintendent Wayne McCleary. After retirement, Eleanor joined a group of West Aurora High School graduates and their daughters, who celebrated their friendships with periodic social gatherings. As always, Eleanor glowed in the company of others. Miss Hungar was a member of Our Savior Lutheran Church in Aurora, and a generous supporter of the Art Institute of Chicago, where her sister Marie was an educator. Eleanor Hungar died on April 19, 2005, 6 months shy of her 100th birthday. Both she and her sister Marie were buried next to their parents in unmarked graves. Eleanor was a humble, gentle soul, preferring anonymity throughout her living days and beyond. Yet she will continue to be remembered through her endowment fund within the Community Foundation and through this commemorative video. Rightfully so, the story of Eleanor Hungar's joyful and creative approach to life, her unique and memorable teaching talents, and her unfailing reverence for all of God's creation will now be preserved to guide and inspire future generations.